Welcome to Oryx Learning. Today's lesson is on Unit 10, Scatterplots and Data Analysis, Lesson 3, Two-Way Tables. How is a two-way table used when determining possible associations between two different categories from the same sample group? If you would like to find the answer to this question, please follow along and we'll revisit it at the end. Relative frequency is the ratio of the value of a subtotal to the value of the total. A two-way table can show relative frequencies for rows or for columns rather than the actual values. By analyzing relative frequencies in a two-way table, you can determine possible associations between two variables. A relative frequency greater than or equal to 50% or 0.5 would suggest a relationship between the two values. A two-way table shows data from one sample group as it relates to two different categories. One category is represented by rows, and the other category is represented by columns. How many people were surveyed total on whether they owned a cat or dog? As we can see by the columns, the people that own a dog and the people that do not own a dog, their totals are listed. If we add those together, those would give us the total number of people surveyed. We can also do the same idea with the rows, adding together the number of people that own cats with the number of people that do not own cats. This should give us the same total. So 779 plus 191, or 440 plus 530, will both result in 970. So there's 970 people that were surveyed. The two-way table shows the number of students who work after school and whether or not they play school sports. How many total students work after school? So in this case, we're only worried about the people that work after school, so let's highlight that row. The number of people that work and play school sports is 9. The number of people that work and do not play school sports is 3. So the total amount of people that work is 9 plus 3 for a total of 12. There are 12 students who work after school. Fill in the missing information in the two-way table given below based on the scenario. The senior class of a local school has 70 students. 32 of the students speak only English, 27 of the students speak only Arabic, and 8 of the students speak both English and Arabic. As we can see, 3 of the 4 values are filled in. If we know the school has a total of 70 students, we should subtract the values given from 70 to get the total remaining in the blank. So 70 minus 8 minus 27 minus 32 will leave us with 3 students. So there are 3 students that do not speak English or Arabic. Fill in the missing information in the two-way table given below based on the scenario. A study done in Corfacan shows that out of 400 people surveyed, 220 had both a brother and a sister, 104 just had a sister, 36 just had a brother, and 40 people were an only child. Find the relative frequency of the people that have both a brother and a sister. As we go through, we know that there are 400 total people surveyed. So we'll put that in the final total count, which is in the bottom right-hand corner. There are 220 people that had both a brother and a sister, so we'll put that in the top left of the table for people that have both a brother and a sister. There are 104 people that just had a sister, which is already listed. Knowing that our top row has 220 and 104, 220 plus 104 will give us a total in the top row of 324. Looking back at the problem, we have 36 people that just have a brother. So we'll put that in our table there. and 220 plus 36 does match the total below of 256. There were also 40 people that were an only child, no brother and no sister. We can add 104 plus the 40 in the no brother column to give us a total, and that total is 144. Now to find the relative frequency. The relative frequency of the people that have both a brother and a sister, the 220 listed, divided by the total, 400, will give us a relative frequency of 0.55 or 55%. Now back to our original question. How is a two-way table used when determining possible associations between two different categories from the same sample group? You can find relative frequencies using the values given in a two-way table and use them to draw conclusions about associations. Remember, a relative frequency greater than or equal to 0.5 or 50% would suggest a relationship between the two values. Let's review. Relative frequency is the ratio of the value of a subtotal to the value of the total. A two-way table can show relative frequencies for rows or for columns rather than the actual values, and we can see this displayed in the table below. By analyzing relative frequencies in a two-way table, you can determine possible associations between two variables. That is our lesson for today. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed it.